Good evening and welcome. About a year and a half ago, I began contacting our two speakers with the intention of setting up a debate between them. It's taken a lot of planning and preparation to get to this point, so I hope you'll all enjoy the show. I'd like to thank Student Senate and Culture of Quality for providing the funding for it. I'd like to thank our speakers for taking the time out of their schedule to be here. And I'd like to thank our faculty moderator, Dr. Janice Brandon Falcone. I was going to ask you to do that in a minute. Dr. Falcone is a professor of history here at Northwest, and she'll be giving the introductions and telling you guys to turn off your cell phones. So without further ado, please join me in giving another warm welcome to Dr. Falcone.
Can you hear me? Do I need to bring this? Okay. Well, actually, I think we need to give Landon Hedrick a very big thanks. At Northwest, we like to think that we empower our students, and he took this idea and ran with it as long and far as he could, and he is largely the one that we should credit with organizing this, with obtaining funding, with checking with faculty. So, Landon, give him a great thanks. It's my privilege to introduce the debaters tonight, the speakers, and also to run down a little bit of the rules of the evening. Let me introduce Dr. Craig first. On my right here, William Lane Craig is a research professor at Talbot School of Theology in La Mirada, California. He earned a doctorate in philosophy at the University of Birmingham, England, before taking a doctorate in theology from the Ludwig Maximilians University of Munich, Germany, at which latter institution he was, for 2 years, a fellow of the Alexander von Humboldt Stiftung, writing on the historicity of the resurrection of Jesus. He spent 7 years at the Catholic University in Leuven, Belgium, before taking his post at Talbot in 1994. He has authored or edited over 30 books, including the following: Assessing the New Testament Evidence for the Historicity of the Resurrection of Jesus, Will the Real Jesus Please Stand Up? That's not a question to the audience, that's the title of his book. And he co-authored that book with John Dominic Crossan. And Jesus' Resurrection, Fact or Figment with Gerd Ludemann, as well as numerous articles in professional journals such as New Testament Studies, Journal for the Study of the New Testament, Expository Times, and Kerygma and Dogma. He and his wife Jan have 2 children. His website is www.reasonablefaith.org. And he will be debating Dr. Richard Carrier, and he is a nationally renowned secular author of Sense and Goodness Without God, and a widely heard speaker and lecturer. Dr. Carrier earned his PhD at Columbia University in ancient history. He specializes in the intellectual history of Greece and Rome, particularly ancient philosophy, religion, and science, with emphasis on the origins of Christianity and the use and progress of science under the Roman Empire. His website is aptly named www.richardcarrier.info. So, now, a little briefing on the rules. We'll have Dr. Craig speak first, and he will speak for about 20 minutes. And then Dr. Carrier will be allowed a 20-minute presentation. Dr. Craig will then have 12 minutes for a rebuttal, and Dr. Carrier will also have 12 minutes for a rebuttal. Then Dr. Craig will have 8 minutes for a rebuttal, and Dr. Carrier 8 minutes for a rebuttal, and then we'll limit their final rebuttals to 5 minutes each. And then we'll follow that with a question and answer period from the audience. A couple of other rules. One is, I know that people in Northwest Missouri are unfailingly polite and courteous, but sometimes this topic might raise people's passions. And I would just ask you to allow courtesy to each speaker without making claps and yells and whistles and boos and whatever. So I would ask that of you, and I know that you're all capable of that. And during the question and answer period, I would ask you to confine yourself to a question only. If we have to listen to everybody take a position on this question, we're going to be here until 1 o'clock in the morning. So we'll have a microphone on that side and a microphone over there. And what I'd like you to do is, if you have a question for Dr. Craig, go to that microphone, and a question for Dr. Carrier, go to that microphone, and we'll try to alternate those questions without having you to identify that. So you can identify yourself and your question by which microphone you're going to. And I'll repeat this at the end of the debate in case you have short-term memory loss or something. Okay? So I think those are the rules, and sit back and relax and listen to a lively conversation. Thank you.